beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. Today I have a general reading for you, and as it is a general reading, it is not going to resonate for everybody, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. For the ease of channeling, I'm going to use the pronouns he and she. But if those pronouns don't work for you, that's absolutely fine. Use the replace them with the pronouns that work for you. My readings aren't gender specific, but we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. Okay. Sorry, I was just getting distracted by my candle, because as I came on to do a reading, I tried to light the candle and it wasn't lighting. I heard the word blocked. So it's either you've got a blocked sacral chakra, or someone has tried to, fiddle with your sacral chakra. Okay, so your sacral chakra, what I'm seeing is your essence. I'm hearing essence. I'm hearing and seeing essence. I'm seeing like this golden, this energy, golden energy, okay? Now, the sacral chakra is all about creativity. It's your creative center. It's also one of the chakras responsible for manifestation. It's about your like your sacred sexuality, your relationship with others, but more importantly yourself. Okay, so I feel like somebody tried to somebody tried to, so going back to the creativity, something that you do that's very creative. Now, okay, you could be a reader, you could be a healer, you could be, work in construction, you could do something with your hands, you could be an artist, but somebody tried to block it. Someone tried to block your success. I've just heard someone tried to block your success. They may have caused a temporary delay, but ultimately it didn't work. And I can see somebody like laughing and like smirking, like, oh yay, I'm, like this, ha ha ha, I'm winning, I'm successful. And then the smile being removed from their face. Somebody thought that they'd managed to stop you and block you. And thought that they had, like, what's the word? That whatever they'd done was working. Someone may or may not have done spell work specifically. So that life force, thank you, Spirit. Somebody was trying to siphon your life force from your sacral chakra. So the sacral is like passions, desires, creativity. And in knocking your confidence, that makes you more, I want to say susceptible, but that's not the right word. So when you're lacking in confidence, you're easily controlled and manipulated, okay? When you lack self-respect, self-love, you're more easily manipulated. This person thought that if they knocked your confidence, they'd automatically knock your self-worth and your self-love and your self-esteem, and that they would be able to siphon your energy. And I do feel they were somewhat successful, but God and your spirit team are only going to let that go so far, okay? This person didn't manage to fully block you. They're realizing, okay, we're taking this one. Yeah, confirmation. Your loved ones in spirit had your back, okay? Your loved ones in spirit. This could be a mother figure, so a passed over mother, okay? And because if I don't know if you can see it on here, but the man and the little boy are like holding hands and they're walking, but the mother is somewhat transparent. So I'm feeling like this is potentially a passed over mother figure. It doesn't have to be, but a female, and then they're just saying like, I've always got your back, whether I'm here or not. I always have your back, right? And like but that's also like God and your spirit team, like your ancestors, everyone. They're saying we had your back. We were only going to let it go so far. You trusted and had faith in us, and we really, they're thanking you. Okay. They may have been showing you signs as well that they had your back. But I also think that this person has been shown just how protected you are. Something to do with this person thought that they'd won, thought that they'd got the control, and then something has happened where they've realised that they didn't. I'm hearing, I won the battle, but I lost the war. Something about them thinking that they had the upper hand, okay? And spirit going, no. We wanted to let you think that you did, to see how far you would actually take it. Okay? I'm hearing reputation, so somebody trying to ruin your reputation, to eat away at your confidence. Somebody underestimated your ability to heal and your ability to transform, okay? Because the orange is like giving me phoenix vibes, okay? So somebody underestimated your ability to transform through the fire. Infinity, okay? Yeah. What I'm getting here is that you're someone who just keeps moving forward. So with this travel, I'm seeing the world card with the world. So you may be someone, so maybe somebody tried to stop you, someone just tried to stop you moving on in life, okay? They tried to hold you back. This could be physically, somebody tried to stop you moving abroad, someone tried to stop you traveling in a literal term of going to a different country, okay? They didn't stop you, they delayed you, okay? Because either you've gone or you're going anyway. But I do feel like this is more on a spiritual level as well. Like they just tried to stop you moving forward. In general, with anything, it could be your spirituality, it could be your creative endeavors and things like that. But no one can ever stop you. They can cause delays, they can create delays, but they cannot stop you. And this person is now realizing that, and they're realizing they might have just effed up. Okay, because now you're abundant and doing really, really well, and they don't have access to that. Okay, so let's get some cards and clarify this energy. The Sun. The Queen of Pentacles. Judgment. Okay. Right, so as this Judgment card came out, I heard Karma. Okay. You're happy, you're thriving, you're the Queen of Pentacles, okay? You create your own stability, you don't rely on things outside of you to have that stability. You know that the stability, your strength and your stability comes from spirit and your spirit team, okay? And this person is realizing that now, and I think the people around them that they tried to pull into all of this are realizing that now, and they're starting to realize that they fucked up, okay? That you're just going to keep moving, you're going to get better and better, okay? And they're seeing you happy, thriving, like the sun. I'm just feeling all this warmth, all this like life force energy, okay? Like you're just tapping into that. You're just, you know, you instead of letting these people get to you, and I'm not saying they didn't, they for a time I feel like they did, but instead of allowing that to take over and their plotting and their scheming and their strategizing and actions to keep you down, you stayed focused, you stayed on your path, and you kept moving, and you've come back on top as the Queen of Pentacles. Like I just feel like you're glowing. You're like abundant, and people are now seeing your worth, and this is their karma for what they did to you. They have to sit back and watch you succeed, knowing that they now no longer have access to you. Yeah, you are absolutely an alchemist. You see anything that is thrown at you, anything that triggers you, anything that brings up any insecurities, any like anywhere where they were getting to you and making you doubt yourself, or you were losing confidence in yourself. You know that that's something coming up for healing. So that's all these people have done, is pushed you further into your healing journey, and made you more successful than ever, made you stronger than ever. Okay, you're someone who goes, yep, okay, you know how to regain the balance. Okay, so you know things that will come along and they'll throw you out of alignment, but you know how to bring yourself back into alignment. And you know if something comes along and it throws you out of alignment, that there's something within you that you need to work on. Okay, and ultimately you're now at a stage where there's not actually a lot that's going to throw you out of alignment. Okay, because you've done most of the healing. I'm not saying that there won't be more healing to do, but because there's always healing to do, okay? But you'll move through it quicker. You're moving through it quicker. So what used to take you 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 months, 6 months to cycle through, you're now going to do within reason instantly, because you're going to recognize it quicker and shift it quicker. Okay, you're going with the flow more. Your life is going to start getting easier for you. Okay, the Lovers, this could be with regards to like an actual romantic situation that maybe somebody tried to delay some sort of union or destroy some sort of union, stop some sort of union. It didn't stop it. It may have caused delays, but ultimately it has only made you stronger. Okay, within yourself, within your relationship, everything that is sent your way to bring you down and destroy you, whether individually or within your relationship, is literally just making you stronger. And whoever this is that's been wishing on your downfall, actively doing magic against you, to create drama within your relationship, to cause problems between you, to tamper with your happiness, with your life force energy, your passions, your dreams, all of that, is starting to realise that it doesn't matter, that they've been fighting a losing battle. Is that, yeah? Fighting a losing battle, that basically everything that they've done to you is kind of coming back on them, and it hasn't worked. It ultimately hasn't worked because it's just making you stronger. Every time someone comes in and tries to come between you and your person, if you have one, it's making you stronger. It just pulls you closer together. It's not an infinite bond. It's a never ending. It can't be broken. It cannot be broken. What's underneath there? A baby. So it's like the bond between a mother and her child. That bond can't be broken. There's an undeniable bond. It's break, but there may be, some of you may be actually, somebody maybe have tried to stop you having a baby. Someone, that's coming back to the sacral and fertility, isn't it? Someone may be trying to play around with your energy to prevent you from having a baby, or they may be trying to do a fertility spell so you get pregnant. Something to do with fertility, okay? So you're going to have to take that as it resonates, because I'm getting quite a few messages here. Something to do with lying about some sort of fertility issues as well. Somebody lying that you've got fertility issues, or saying that you're lying that you've got fertility issues, or something to do with lying. Something to do with a baby, okay? Whether that baby is here or in the ethers, I don't know. But if you are trying to have a baby and somebody is interfering with that, Spirit are saying, if it's in your soul contract for you to have a baby with someone, there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. They can try and delay it, and to a degree, that's only going to be based on Spirit. It's down to Spirit ultimately to delay. If Spirit want to delay it, they'll delay it. They'll allow people to delay it. So does that make sense? If Spirit need to delay something in your life, they will allow outside interference to create those delays. Okay, so any delays in that are, for your benefit anyway, because Spirit's got a better plan. Okay, they've got a bigger plan. Ten of Wands, these people want to create burdens in your life and in your relationships, and they're realizing that it doesn't matter what they throw at you, you're going to keep overcoming. You're just going to keep getting stronger. Your relationship with your person is going to get stronger. I'm seeing somebody putting out information to cause problems in a relationship, and somebody saying it's not going to work, I don't want to know. Okay, so some sort of gossip about potentially somebody else to bring something up to cause problems in a relationship. Okay, but that's not for everybody. But I do feel like somebody is trying to get in your head, and it's not working, and they're starting to realize it's not going to work, and their mind games are not going to work. Okay. Where do you want me to go with this next, Spirit? Okay, let's get some advice or guidance with regards to next steps. Bag of marbles. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody is losing their marbles, losing their shit, because their games are not working with you. They are trying to cause problems. You can't make this shit up, okay? This could be with regards to your own masculine and feminine energies. If you're not in a relationship, if you are in a relationship, somebody is trying to sabotage your relationship, okay? And somebody's tried to sabotage your relationship. It's not working. They're losing their marbles. They're losing their mind, because no matter what they do, they cannot split you up. Okay, so if you're not in a relationship, this is about somebody trying to unbalance you by like throwing you out of alignment, which would be throwing your masculine and your feminine energies out of alignment. Okay, if you're in a relationship, it could be both. Okay, so take it as it resonates. It could be about throwing you out of alignment or throwing your connection out of alignment. Okay, because when you're in balance, you are more able to manifest a lot easier. And if you're in like a twin flame relationship or connection, when the two of you together, it's like you're powerful on your individuality on your own, but when you two are together, you're like a power couple. Okay, and things manifest much quicker. Someone has been trying to sabotage this and stop and delay your manifestations, and it's not happening. Spirit is saying, not on my time, not on my watch. Spirit is saying, enough is enough. Delays have gone on long enough. It's time now. No more delays. Okay. But somebody is definitely and has been trying to come between you and a person. I'm really feeling that very strongly if you're in a connection. And like I say, it could just be your own masculine, feminine energies. But somebody has been trying to throw you individually and or a connection with someone else. It doesn't have to be a romantic connection either, because in theory, all our relationships to be harmonious, whether they be family, friends, co-workers, have to have a balance of energies, of having a balance. So if you're in your feminine energy, the relationship, the person that you're connecting with needs to be more in their masculine energy to balance that energy. And then when you're in your masculine energy, that person needs to counteract it with more feminine energy to, or so it's equal. Does that make sense? This person is trying to come between that, because they know when that you're not balanced, then it creates all this burden. But they're starting to realize there's something about a wake-up call. Someone trying to they're trying to throw things out there really, really quick. They're trying to speed things up, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to do this. Oh, this is not working. That's not working. Right, I'm doing that. It's not working. They're losing their mind. They are literally going crazy because they cannot get to you. They cannot get inside your head. You've seen through their mind games. You don't want to know, and you're shutting them out. They've been shut out. They're blocked from that energy. There's no more. Spirit are just, again, on the bottom of the deck. I was just trying to work out if I shuffled, but yes, I did. Bottom of the deck, infinity. Again, this is not working. Spirit has your back. They may be doing spells or talking. You don't have to be doing black magic to send someone ill will. Okay, you can be gossiping negatively, just wishing on their downfall, talking about bad things happening to someone, or wishing that these things happen, and you're going to send them that energy. Okay, this is the sort of thing that's going on. I do feel black magic and stuff like that for some people. For others, this is just talking and gossiping. Okay, it's not working. They're realizing how protected you are, and now I think they're starting to panic because they're realizing that it's going to come back on them. Everything that they've done to you is coming back on them, and that they're starting to realize that this is karma. I've got butterflies have come out. Okay, and as I said that, I was a bit confused then as to what the message with the butterflies was, but butterflies are a symbol of transformation. And as I was saying, what they've done to you is coming back on them. Butterflies came out right by this judgment card. Okay, so it is effectively return to sender, and you haven't had to do anything to them. They may be thinking that you've done some sort of spell work on them, but it's not, it's their own karma. So maybe in the past they were saying that you've done spell work on them, and they're realizing actually it's their own karma for what they've done to you. But it's coming back, it's going back to return to sender, which is why they're losing their marbles, so to speak. But they're like going out of their mind, like they're literally like their head just feels so busy, like it just feels like basically this is what they tried to do to you, put you in your head to eat away at your self-worth, your self-esteem. They just wanted you trapped in your head, because if you were trapped in your head, you were more easily manipulated and they could gain control over you. Yeah, they're now realizing that this is the karma. This is karma returning to them. That this is what we have. Phoenix. You rose like the phoenix. You didn't have to do anything. All you did was focused on your path, your healing journey, and making sure that you were in alignment. You haven't sought revenge at any point. And now people are realizing that this is their own karma coming back on them, and they're scared. They're running around like headless chickens, and they're regretting. I feel like someone is regretting what they did to you. I feel like this person has done things like this in the past and gotten away with it, but then they met you, and you may be like walking karma. I do feel that you're like walking karma, and now, but this is the thing, the karma that they're receiving isn't just for what they did to you, it's for what they've done in the past as well to others, and they're just reaping their karma. Nobody's believing their lies about you anymore, but at the same time I just feel like nobody's coming to you to clarify these lies, or nobody came to you. I think there's just a lot of, my cheeks are starting to burn. People are feeling embarrassed and ashamed. I think people are feeling embarrassed and ashamed that they listened to this person, but this person's also feeling embarrassed and ashamed that they did these things to you. They thought they would get away with it, and now they're not. So Spirit are just saying, like, you don't, just keep doing what you're doing, because, stay on your path. All your good shit is about to arrive. Enough is enough. The delays are over. Your abundance is coming, and whatever it is that you do, whatever creative endeavor that it is that you do, whether it be music, painting, director, editor, actor, tarot reader, whatever it is that you do that is creative, construction, because it's working with your hands, it's still creative in a sense. I suppose a joiner is more creative than a carpenter. I don't really know, but if you're someone who likes to, I mean, you could be a carpenter that likes to see. For a joiner, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but joiners are those that they make the stuff, and then the carpenter just I say that loosely, just puts it together. But there are carpenters out there that could also be joiners. So I kind of feel like it does kind of go hand in hand. It's just basically something about you and your creativity, and whatever it is that you do that somebody tried to put a stop to is about to become very, very successful. You're going to be really successful in it, and these people are going to have to watch you be successful. They wanted to stop this success from coming in. They didn't want this for you. They were jealous, they were envious, they wanted it for themselves, but they weren't willing to put the work in. So instead they just tried to take it from you, okay? But you're going to become really, really successful doing whatever it is that you've been doing. And I do feel like you've been planting the seeds, and these seeds have been planted for a while. So if you've got something like a YouTube channel or some sort of platform, it's about to become really successful, okay? And these people are going to have to eat their words. They're going to have to watch you thriving, watch you being abundant while they stay stuck and stagnant, and everything that they tried to put on you, they're now going to have to go through. Okay? There is no saving them from this. The karmic scales need to be balanced, and there's only so long Spirit are going to let you get away with something. Okay? And I do feel like this is probably why you entered into this person's life, was to serve them their karma. So God put you in this person's path to show them another way, but they chose to continue. So now, you know, there are consequences to that, okay? So now they have to learn the hard way. All right? Let's take an attitude of gratitude. What can we be grateful for today, Spirit? So yeah, so just concentrate on being mindful, making sure that you're making the right choices and decisions for you, having your attitude of gratitude, being grateful. Just be you. That's too many. So we're going to finish on an attitude of gratitude. I have the attitude of gratitude for my emotional, physical and spiritual awareness. You are aware on every level. You are awake on every level, and that's what these people underestimated. They underestimated your ability to see through the bullshit. They thought that they were exempt, and they weren't. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Namaste.